All right, we are live for the Fusion Pilates class, our Saturday afternoon Pilates class. So I look forward to people coming into class and joining us for our 40 to 45 minutes of Pilates today. It is a fusion of traditional mat Pilates work with fitness integrated into the work that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be doing some standing core conditioning as well as floor work as we go through. So you want to make sure that you have a mat, something to give you some comfort. If you haven't got a mat at home, find a towel. A towel or a mat is good to just give you that separation between the floor and you, and also maybe a little bit of cushioning as we get going here. And we're just about to get started with the class. So get ready for your Pilates workout today. So hopefully you've all had a wonderful day and you're ready to begin our Pilates class. I'll give everybody another minute to get started before we get going into the class. So if Pilates is new to you and you've never done any Pilates work before, the essence of Pilates is about quality movement. So rather than feeling like you have to do a lot of exercises or a lot of repetitions of the exercise, really focusing on the quality of the movement that you are performing. If you do one really good repetition and then take a break, that is better than doing 10 repetitions where perhaps your alignment is off, you're not feeling the exercise in the areas that I'm talking about. So listen for the cues and see if you can bring that into your body as we go. So I will try and give you as much information as far as how to feel it, where to feel it, and how to maybe tweak the exercise to make it better for you. Unfortunately, I can't see you moving, so it's really going to be about the voice and you finding what feels right in your body today. So let's get started with a warm-up and then we're going to get going. Good to see so many people coming back who have been to many of the fusion classes. So welcome back for some more classes today. So here we go. We're going to start on the mat. Bring your feet in a comfortable stance for you, underneath your shoulders or underneath your hips. Parallel or slightly turned out, just soften the knees. So relax down into the body and then feel the feet press into the floor. As you inhale, stand up tall and then exhale and come down. Inhale, raise up, exhale, release down. 2 more times. Inhale, raise up, exhale and come down. This time come up and stay up. From this standing position, equally weight into both feet, so you feel the anchoring into both feet. Inhale, lift and lengthen, exhale over to the side. And as you come over to the side, start to feel this opening between the hip and the rib on that side of your body. Now, all of your core muscles are doing the work right now to stop you from falling over. Inhale, lift up through them, and then exhale, lengthen to the opposite side. So it's interesting how the body works. There's symmetry and asymmetries all the way through our body. Inhale, lift up, exhale, and there's cooperation between muscles. Right? As one muscle group lengthens, something else has to contract and shorten. Something else is stabilizing us while we're doing it. Inhale up and exhale over to the other side. Good. And then inhale to the center, exhale, and come back. Roll the shoulders forward, roll the shoulders back. So we roll in, we roll out, and you start to sense the feeling of your shoulders, especially if you've been sitting for a while. It's funny, I've been talking to a number of people recently about they're feeling a lot of low back pain. And it's not from doing work, it's from lack of activity, actually, from sitting, right? And then bring it back, reach the arms behind you as if you're going to sweep all the way over, and then curve your spine as you round over. So round to the back, soften through the knees and let the tension go out of the neck and the shoulders. So bend the knees as much as is comfortable for you, and then roll through the spine. Sweep the arms back again, as if you're going to take a huge dive forward, curve over, round into it. And then settle into the bottom and just notice what you notice into your back and then roll up. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, curve over as if you're going rounding over something as you come down. And then roll up. 1 more time. Reach back and then curve up and over. Drawing in through the abdominals, rounding through the back. And then rolling all the way up. Then from here, warming up the hips. Bring your right heel up and your left heel, and you just walk it out. So you're going to roll through your feet. And again, comfortable distance, whatever that comfortable distance is for you. And take your hands to your hips, and I want you to notice the top of your hips. We're going to try and keep the hips level as we warm through the hips. So keeping this core activation between the ribs and the hips. Then now bringing both heels down, pick up the right heel, and then rotate the hip out and in. And this is where our work is. Can we keep the hips level as we rotate the knee out from the hip and in from the hip? So the entire leg is rolling in and out. Now when you roll out, right, this gluteal on this side of the body has to work. If that muscle is not firing, or if we've got a lot of tension, you're going to feel that the leg can't get very far. And then bring it to the center. Keeping the hips level again, other leg comes up, rotate out and in. Ooh, I just noticed for me a big difference between this hip and the opposite hip. This one's moving a bit better, a little less resistance, a little less tension. Anybody else noticing that one side's moving better? I'm more stable on this side. So interesting, we start to see those asymmetries in our body. Good, and then come to center, and then bring your feet underneath you. Take a deep breath, inhale, raise up. As you exhale, sit back into a squat. And as you sit into the squat, the hips move back, and maybe wiggle the toes and find your weight into the ball of the foot and equal into the heel. So we're not forward or back, but we're equally weighted front and back. That way you have the weight centered. And then lift up on the abdominal wall. So you feel as though you're lifting the abdominals away from the thighs rather than resting into the thighs. Lift up and away. So there's energy as you reach the arms forward. Good. And then inhale, sweep around, come back down, and find that squat. So as you find that squat again, knee and your ankles are both bent, but the knee never travels over top of the ball of foot. So we're not shifting forward or back, but centered. And then inhale up, one more time, come down, hold it there and breathe. Breathe into it. So a little bit of heat coming into our body here as we warm up. Good. Keep this shape, hands come down, walk one foot back, the other foot back, and come to a kneeling position. In this kneeling position, let's continue to warm up the spine. Tuck the tailbone underneath you, round your back, curve in. As the chin comes to your chest, feel that length. And then lift the sitting bones up and then gaze forward. So we exhale to curve in. We inhale to lengthen. Exhale to curve. And then inhale to lengthen out. And then find center. Lift up through the abdominal wall so you feel support in the center of your body. Pick up the right toes and pivoting on that right knee, cross that foot across and look towards that side and then take it out. So it's like a windshield wiper one way and the other way, or a wagging of your tail, one way, the other way. So we start to get the side body to warm up here. Two more. One more. Good. And then come to the center, let it come down. Recenter by taking a breath in. Exhale, embrace your core, lift the opposite foot up, cross it over, look towards that foot, and then go out. So a gentle rotation, side to side, breathing through it. Two more. One more. And then come center. Good, now stabilize the pelvis. So the pelvis is going to stay where it is. Imagine you had a glass plate resting right there on the pelvis. Reach your right arm out and bring the arm, the bicep, right inside your ear. Slightly tuck your chin and lengthen out. The opposite leg goes out, extend through the heel, and then lift up through the gluteal. Now the lifted leg, you want to have the kneecap pointing down, the toe pointing down, and the abdominals lifted up. There's a tendency to want to drop into the spine here, so lift up, stay strong and stable, and imagine you're the base of a human pyramid. You've got to have bracing so that you can take weight above you. Right, so feel that internal tension in your body. Use your breath to help you find it. Inhale, exhale, support it, and then let the leg and the arm float down. All right, now let that tension go. Notice how the back just wants to sag, the shoulders sag, a lot of weight goes into the neck. Push through the hands, brace your core, and feel that strength. Because if you're trying to press away from the ground and then reach the opposite arm out, right, keeping this stable, lift that leg and extend out. Press through the foot and lengthen. So you feel again, you can hold that glass plate across the pelvis. And if you're not sure, put your hand across the back of your pelvis. Is it rotated? Is it dropping down? Have we lost integrity, or can you keep that lift and that lengthening as we hold? Breathing through it. All right, we're starting to get a little warm, yes? Good, inhale here. Exhale and float down. Curl your toes under, hover the knees, and find the energy in your legs. Now soften the elbows. Sometimes what happens here is we lock through the elbow, and when we lock through the elbow, we disengage the upper arm. So soften the elbow and then get the bicep and the tricep to equally work to grip the head of the humerus bone into the shoulder joint. So we're not like, locking into it and dropping into it, but feeling the energy of the strength of our upper body. Hold for 4, hold for 3, hold for 2, 1, float your knees down. Take the feet in, knees wide, sit back into your hips and find child's pose. Right, so just stretching out through the shoulders, let the chest melt down, head comes down. Now in child's pose, let's connect to your breath. Right, so in Pilates, we like to think of the breath in 3 dimensions. The front of the body, the front ribs, the side rib cage, and the back rib cage. So as you take a breath in, sense the breath coming all the way around the ribs, front, side, back of the ribs. And then as you exhale, feel the rib cage soften, but the core body contracts. So the abdominals support the diaphragm to move the air out of the body. All right. Shift your weight forward, and let's repeat that again. Take a deep breath. Inhale, feel the breath 3-dimensionally. And then exhale, lift up through the abdominals, move the breath through the diaphragm and then out as we breathe. Curl your toes under, float the knees, walk back. With the knees soft, roll through the spine, all the way to standing, and then take a deep breath. Inhale, raise up, and exhale, open. Let's do it again. Inhale, raise up, exhale, open. So we're going to do some standing core work. So this whole core from head to pelvis is going to stabilize us. Okay? So taking your left foot in front, just touch that toe down, and then draw a half circle behind you. So you just draw this half circle. Now some of you practiced with me last week. I want you to think about this. You're standing on a balance beam. The beam is 4 inches wide. That's it. When that foot goes behind you, it's going to tap the back of the balance beam because we don't want to fall off the balance beam. It's a good thing that it's not a balance beam, right? Because sometimes we do lose our balance. So you're going to come back and you're going to go down, right? So you're going to go into a balance beam, curtsy, and then back up. Come down, curtsy. You've probably seen gymnasts do this before, and we all just watch them thinking, oh, isn't that lovely? But now we're doing it. We are now doing it. Touch and go back and curtsy. Woo, almost fell off my beam. And then go forward. So go at your own rhythm, your own timing. Right? It's like, if you were to draw a line on the floor, you're on that line. The weight stays centered. Are you starting to feel that supporting leg do some work for you? Right? 2 more repetitions. 1 more repetition. Good. Good. And then touch the toe forward. And then bring your foot down. So you're standing on the balance beam with both feet equally weighted. We're going to add rotation. Rotate to the right. Come back to the center. Rotate to the left. Come back to the center. Are you able to stay balanced? I am working hard to stay balanced. Are you? I'm working very hard here. Let your eyes rotate with your ribs. We rotate, we come back to center. We rotate, come back to center. One more time. Rotate, come back to center, and let the arms float down and step back. Oh, walk out the feet. We've got the other side. All right, so now your weight's on the opposite leg. Touch forward. We just start with that half circle. We just find our space. Find your space, find your balance, find that level through the pelvis, right? And so now we're going to add the curtsy. So curtsy, touch front. Curtsy, touch front. Now how far you go back with this foot depends on how much room your knees need. So if you need a little bit more space for comfort in your knees, step a little bit further back, and you don't have to go down as low, right? So you can stay a little bit higher when you go back. Maybe you just do a little baby curtsy, or you do a deep curtsy. You decide the depth of that curtsy. Can we do two more? Two more. We're starting to feel the leg, that supporting leg. Right. One more. Good. And then come forward, step onto the beam. So now one foot's in front of the other. Feet are pointing to the front of the room. We rotate to the left and then to the center. Now if you keep your eyes forward, it's easier to balance. You've got a point of focus. If you let the eyes turn with your hands, it's a little bit more challenging because your vision gives you a sense of balance. So when the eyes move around the room, your balance is challenged more. So two more. Right? One more. Come center, hands down, step back together. Feet together, take a deep breath, inhale, raise up. Exhale, arms back out for balance. Touch your left toe out. Flex the foot up, just off the floor. So keeping the whole right side of your body as if it's against the wall. So we're not leaning into the wall, but we're just brushing the wall with that right side of the body. Now the leg just lifts and lowers, lifts and lowers. So working through what we call the lateral chain of the body, from the outside edge of your ankle, through the outer hip, the gluteal, all the way into the side body. So just lifting and lowering. So I started my fitness career in the 80s, and I used to do, the side laying leg lifts until you got the burn, right? What's good about this one versus the one lying down is we're integrating the whole core to keep us upright against gravity. And really, at the end of the day, when we talk about functional training, it is about keeping our body upright against gravity. Good, and then hold it here. Good, now start to tip over. So you're gonna tip over until you almost sense you're gonna lose your balance. It's like a star, right? We're in a star, a tipping over star, finding that place where you're just about to lose your balance. Good, now the leg that's lifted, point and flex, point and flex. So the leg that's lifting, we're pointing and flexing the ankle, and that little bit of movement, a little bit of dynamic movement is gonna challenge your balance. Last 4, last 3, that's 2, that's 1, hold, and then come in and walk it out as if nothing happened, right? It was all good. Take a deep breath, inhale, raise up. Exhale, arms go back out to the side. Touch the opposite leg out. Good, and now keeping the left side from leaning over, keeping it upright as you lift and lower. Now, remember that you can always rest the foot down or flex the foot and keep it elevated the whole time, right? So you can lift and touch or lift and just stay above the ground the whole time. Your arms are there to help you balance, right? As you breathe through it, finding your focus, finding that ability to stay on it. And if you lose balance, just stop, reset, refocus. And again, your eyes help you to balance. So if you focus forward, but also be aware of the peripheral vision, it'll help your balance. Good. Keep it going. Whew. Anything happening for you? Slow, controlled movement. Hold here. Start to tip. So as we start to tip over to the side, again, if you lose balance, touch the toe down, but find that place where you're almost about to lose your balance. So it's like that tipping point where you're just about to lose it. It's like I'm going over, and then think about your body staying exactly side. So we're not hinging forward or back, but we're going side. Hold, 4, flex and point the ankle. This is my difficult side for me. 2, 1, and close, and roll the feet. Take a deep breath, inhale, raise up. Exhale, release it. So you want to have the full length of your mat as we go into the next exercise. So come to the end of the mat, feet together, inhale, raise up. Exhale, hands down, and imagine you're going to peel the back of your body away from a wall. Tuck your chin, and you're going to roll down. Upper back, mid back, low back, pelvis, and you come down. Soften your knees as much as you need to reach the mat. Walk your hands out and come into your plank. Then we're going to do an entire plank series. Side planking, front planking, right, and back planking. So at any time, feel free to go to your forearms. Hold your plank on your forearms if it bothers your wrists. Breathe here. We're going to lift your right leg up, point the toe, flex, and lower. Opposite leg, lift, point, flex, and lower. So we alternate. One, point, flex, lower. The other, lift, point, flex, lower. Keep it going. Here's a variation. Knees down, slide that leg back. Right? So that leg can go back. Don't feel like you have to stay on your toes. Stay with it. One more repetition each leg. Last one. Good, hold. Inhale here. Rotate so that you're going to rotate towards the camera. So you're going to look towards the camera. You're going to open up. Good. Taking your top leg slightly forward. Bend your knees, sit down, and bring your top knee up towards the ceiling. Opposite arm reaches out over your thigh. Now that hand is at a diagonal, or you can go forearm at the diagonal. Inhale here. Exhale, push through the feet, lift up and over, side bend. Come up and lower yourself down with complete control. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, finish it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, complete it. 2 more repetitions on the side. Press up, extend over, come up and lower. 1 more. Come back and lower. To come out of it, come to your side T-stand. Hold it here. Rotate. Now we have our push-up. You can go from your knees or your toes, lower down. 1, 2, 3, exhale. 1, 2, 3, exhale. 2 more repetitions. 1, 2, 3, exhale. 1 more time. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Hold. Guess what? Other side. Open it up. Rotate. I'm going to turn around so I'm still facing you. Okay. Bend your knees. Come down. Oh. Seated position. Side bend. Inhale here. Exhale up and over. Come back. Inhale to prepare, and then continue over on that exhalation and lower. Really think about the bottom waist shortening, lifting, and that bottom hip lifting up as you arc over. Lower down. We have 1 more repetition. Inhale, exhale, up and over. And then lower. Come to your side T-stand. Rotate. Set your hands up for your push-ups. Lower. 1, 2, 3. Exhale up. 1, 2, 3. Strong exhalation is going to get you up. 2 more repetitions. 1, 2, 3. 1 more repetition. Knees or toes. 1, 2, 3. And now knees down. Press back. So good, right? Shift your weight forward. And then rotate your hips around to a side forearm plank. So a side forearm plank. Bend your knees so your knees are slightly forward and your heels align with your hips. Okay, we're going to do the clam exercise. It's going to start lovely, then it gets a little bit more intense. So push through your forearm, lift through that bottom rib cage. Hand can be on your hip, hand can be up. You can change your mind as you go. We're going to start with the leg rotating. So remember the warm up when we did that leg rotation, standing. Same thing here. But now we're really engaging this gluteal. This is a great exercise for stabilizing and working the back muscles to get us strong so that we support the low back. So now we're going to add a lift. So as you open, you lift and lower. You lift and lower. Now, as I mentioned, this whole thing gets a little bit more intense, right? So you go to the progression that feels right for you. Take a break whenever you need it. Because all of a sudden you're going to start to find your glutes fatigue. Then I'm like, oh, I'm fatigued. 1 more. This time we're going to go up, stay up. Now the leg that's up, where your knee is where it stays. Lift the foot, rotate it in, and you're lowering and lifting. So now we've internally rotated that leg. Oh, right? It's like I'm drawing down, lifting up. So we're working from the back of the hip. I don't know about you, I'm getting tired in my upper body as well as my core. For 4, 3, 2, you're not done. 1, parallel that leg, circle it. So it comes up and around, Last 4, last 3, last 2, reverse the direction. Yes, my friends, we have 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee comes down as if nothing happened. Rotate up. Good. Shift your weight forward, come down. Ah. Extend your legs out. So your legs extend along your mat, maybe about mat width apart. Inhale, come to extension of your spine. Slightly tuck your chin. As we come into our first extension before we go to the other side. Good, now lengthen down, slightly tuck your chin. Hover your head and shoulders just above the mat. Now, lifting one leg and then the other, flutter kick the legs. Upper body stays where it is. Imagine you're just doing a little flutter kick in the pool. If you're a swimmer, I wonder if they'll ever open the pools again. Anyway, we'll swim here for now. Right, so backs of the legs, gluteals working. Try and avoid it coming into your low back. All right, so quicken the speed if you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest the feet, arms go out, and we're going to do the same thing with the arms. One arm up, one down, and switch. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out. Now, feel the work from the arm to the shoulder down to your low back. So it's almost like it comes from your fingertips towards your back rather than starting from your back. It starts from here. Fingers. 4, 3, 2, 1. Small break. Now we bring them together. Shake out the hips. Okay, take the arms out at a slight diagonal from your shoulders. Draw your shoulders down and away from the ears. Slightly tuck your chin. Now float the fingertips and the feet off. Good. Right arm up, left leg up. And switch. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So your work here is to keep your pelvis stable. So if you feel like your body's doing this, like you feel like a rocking boat on your mat right now, stop, stabilize, and then the arms and legs move without that rocking of the boat. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Bring your hands in. Draw the elbows back. Curl your toes under. From your knees or your toes, push up, and then downward facing dog. Roll your feet out. Nice. And from there, come to kneeling. We go to the other side. I'm going to turn around so I'm facing you. You might want to turn around so you're not facing back either. I know, I feel like I see your face in the camera. Okay, knees forward, heels in line with your hips. On that forearm, rather than sinking into the shoulder, feel like you're pushing up and away. You're feeling the engagement of your core. You're going to rotate that leg up. Open and close. Again, this is such a good exercise to train stabilization of the back muscles that tend to be weaker in some of the big exercises that we do. Like when we do deadlifts and big weight training exercises, we don't get into these stabilizers, and they're the weak link when we do lifting, right? So now lift both hips up and lower. So we lift and lower. The hip comes up as the knee opens, and that forearm of that working arm, we're still pressing through it, and we're feeling that side body. Okay, 4 more. All right, are we getting our Saturday afternoon Pilates sweat? Because I am. Right. Good. Hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Okay, so now keep the knee where it is. Lift the foot and internally rotate the leg and bring it down and up. So we're pushing from the glute. Right, so down, reaching up. Can we feel that working? Right, the knee comes down at an angle, the leg goes up at an angle. We're still supporting that side position. Whew. For 4, 3, we're not done though, right? 2, 1 more. Level the leg so it's parallel to the ceiling. Circle. Take a break whenever you need it. We all need breaks at different times. 4, 3, 2, reverse it. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and close it down. Oh, come up to seated. So good, right? Okay, so feet wide, rotate your knees in just to release your gluteals a little bit. Rotate in, rotate in. Okay, so let's get some spinal mobility before we go into our next exercises. Feet about hips apart, toes up, heels drive down. Inhale, lift up, hands behind your thighs. Exhale, curve your back. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale and lift. 2 more times. Roll and then lift. And this time roll back halfway and hold. Good. Now draw the front rib cage towards your pelvis, chin towards your chest, about a fist distance between your chin and chest. Good. Lift the arms up and lower. So we inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Stay right there. What I'd like you to imagine is that the air is heavy and you're resisting down on the air as the arms go out, or as the arms go down. We inhale, lift, exhale, lower. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Oh, right? Okay, so now roll onto this gluteal. So you're going to roll onto the gluteal, then come onto your forearm. So where we were before, but now both feet are lifted. Now you're going to take this arm and reach it out at a diagonal from your shoulder. Hand to the floor. This elbow comes in, knees together. And the arm goes overhead as the legs go out and in. You can stay right here. Or slide down, come up. Slide down, come up. Now the arm that's on the floor is only balancing you. Try not to push from it. All right, it balances you. Exhale to come in. Shh. Shh. How's it going for you? Last 4. 4, lengthen. 3, lengthen. 2, lengthen. 1, and come in. Whew. All right, legs out in front. Straight legs. Sit right up onto the sit bones. Reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold forward. Let the tension go. And then roll yourself up. We have a second set, so we're going to go the other way. So, bend your knees again, toes up. Inhale here. As you exhale, roll back halfway. Find your challenging spot. Some of us a little bit further back, some of you a little higher. Hold on to your thighs at any time. All right, now one arm up, one arm down, and switch. Inhale, exhale. Now, what I'd like you to think about is the front rib cage pulling in towards the pelvis. The pelvis stays anchored, the rib curls in, your chin is tucked in, but about a fist distance from your chest. All right, so a slight tuck in. How's it going, everybody? I was talking. All right, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Oh, other side. Here we go. Find your weight onto the gluteal. Forearm down for now, knees tucked in. Now take the supporting arm at a diagonal out away from your shoulder. So a comfortable place for your shoulder to be. Inhale here. Extend, exhale. You can stay here or go back and up. Reach, pull in. Exhale to come in. Shh. Shh. Really let the air out as you come in, because that strong exhalation is going to help you engage the core and also give you space to tuck in. Right? So that little bit more exhalation. So an aggressive exhalation is going to assist you here. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Oh, legs go out. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. And then roll yourself up. Okay, bend your knees, legs together. You can either support yourself with your arms behind your thighs or arms out. Roll the pelvis back. So we're going to roll until you feel the bottom rib cage touch the mat. And stop. Then come up. As if nothing happened. So we're going to place our body down gently. Roll to the bottom rib. And then back up. Now we roll a little bit more. Bottom rib cage to shoulder and back up. What? Right? Bottom rib cage to shoulder blade and back up. Bottom rib cage, shoulder blade, back up. This time we go all the way down. Roll, 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 roll. Reach your arms out and extend. We are down on the mat. So now bend your knees. Place your feet in a comfortable position for you. Bring your hands to your pelvis, so the front of your pelvis. Rock your pelvis down and up. So you're going to roll the pelvis into what we call an anterior and posterior tilt. So an anterior tilt is when we press the tailbone down. Posterior tilt is when we press the low back down. So find the balance between those two extremes, where you feel like the top of your hip and the base of the pelvis is level. Keep that level as you pick up one foot. And notice as soon as you pick up the foot, what happens through your core body. Lower that foot down, pick up the other foot. You're going to feel it with your fingers. It's like, oh yeah, alternate leg lift. So alternate leg lift. Now we want to try and minimize any work anywhere else other than where it needs to be. Okay? So keep this awareness that when I lift the legs, nothing moves other than the leg. Just the femur bone in the hip joint. That's what's moving. So let's pick up one leg and the other leg and find the balance right here. Slightly tuck your chin. All right, now the low back should not be pressing down. We've got engagement of the core stabilizing the back. So it's not like we're driving it down, but we're keeping activity through the abdominals. Hands behind the head. Exhale, curl. Inhale to lengthen. Now as you curl, feel the sensation of the curl from the ribs. So your top rib to your bottom rib is where you curl, but the pelvis stays where it was. It did not change. We have two more. Shh. One more. Now hover here. Now we've got the ribs pulled in, pelvis stable. Now alternate toe touch. Lower down, lower down. So we're picking up a little bit of tempo. You go to where it feels right for you. We're going to switch. Shh. 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 Now you can stay here, or you can extend the legs out. Right? So lowering the legs may cause your abdominal wall to pop up. So you want to keep it pulled in. Right? Pulled in, pulled in, pulled in. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hug it in. Whew. Okay, so take your legs to a vertical position with your thighs, your shins parallel to the ceiling. So a 90-degree bend, 90-degree bend. Right, so draw the abdominal wall in again. Extend your legs out, keeping the tension under your hands. So feel it under your hands. Keep the tension, shh, and in. Keep tension, shh. Strong exhalation as the legs go up. Now the head wants to come up. Tuck the chin. Now keep the legs higher if you're feeling in your low back. If you feel you can take it lower with your legs, take it lower, keeping this engagement. Hands are giving you some feedback. Good, and then hug it in and rest. So we're going to go to double leg stretch. So arms and legs, but we're going to alternate them. Okay, so come on up. Okay, so upper body now. Okay, so the hands, little fingers to the knees, thumbs up. Come in beside the head. The arms go overhead. As you circle around, you come up. So you go overhead, circle up. Overhead, circle up. Now if that bothers your neck, take your head down, right? And then just curl and then come back down. So the head comes up as you come up into that curl. 2 more. 1 more, and then rest. Okay. So we're going to bring it together, and you have the choice to keep your head up or lower the head down. So let's come up. Good. So here's option 1. Bend it in, arms and legs, head goes back, come in. So we inhale, we exhale. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to come in. Or you stay up. We've got 4 more. Shh. 3 more. Shh. 2 more. Shh. 1 more. Good. Hold it here. Legs, hands come behind your head. Now, extend your legs out. Maybe they're low, maybe they're high. Cross the ankles. All right. So, extra. external rotation from the hip now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hug it in. Oh, right? Gently rock side to side. So we're going to finish with bridging, our bridging exercises. Okay, so bringing your feet aligned with your sitting bones, arms down by your side, kneecaps pointing up, big toes pressing down. When you press the big toes down, you're going to start to feel your inner thigh, your adductor muscle, which then activates your pelvic floor. Push through the feet to lift up. And as you lift up, you may feel that we're tight through our quadriceps from that last series. So just giving it a little stretch here. So a little stretch. Good. Opening up the front of the hip. Now, ideally, the shin bone is vertical. Sometimes it's hard to know if you're vertical or not. If you got somebody in your house who can give you some feedback, it's like, oh, my shin's vertical, because that's where we're going to go. We're going to lift the heels up. So maybe you need to walk them in a little closer, maybe a little bit further. Good. So now lower the heel and lift. All right, now hands can stay down or arms can come up. Okay, now we're going to keep our bridge as you roll the heels up. Shh. Breathe into it. Ah. Right? Keeping the gluteals firing. If you're not sure, put your hands on your glutes and notice, are they working or are they hanging? Sometimes they hang down and that puts a lot of pressure into your low back and too much work into the hamstring. So make them do equal work to the hamstring. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold the right heel up, float your left knee up. What? Now keep the heel lifted as you lower halfway and push up. So the leg that's lifted is about a 90-degree bend. The leg that's lowering and lifting you is doing all the work, but we're trying to keep that heel lifted so we get the entire posterior chain of the body. What do I mean by that? The posterior chain is from the fascia of the bottom of the foot, the calf, the hamstring, the gluteal, and the spinal muscles. So you should feel all of those working for you right here. 2 more. 1 more. Come up, hold. Extend the leg up. Now, lower the heel of the leg that was holding you up. Lower this leg all the way down. Drive the hip up as the heel comes down. And then lift. So we're going to try and reach the heel all the way to the floor. Drive the hip up and lift. So we lower and lift. Try and avoid hyperextending the rib cage. Keep the abdominals connected. Shh. And lift. 1 more. Shh. And now hold the leg up and just pulse up. Up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Oh, let your hips release. Oh, okay, other side, and you're done. Okay, so line up again, lift up, find your bridge, lift your heels. Now the opposite leg, lift up to a 90 degree, right, and you're just gonna lower and lift. And again, thinking about from the foot, through the back of the calf, through the hamstring and gluteal, all the way to the spinal muscles. You're gonna try and stay right up on the ball of the foot. Whew, we're almost done class already today. It goes so fast, right? No, not when things are hard. Get it and hold. Extend the leg up. Lower the heel all the way down. Drive the hip up and then lift. Drive the heel and lift. Shh. And lift. Keep breathing through it. Are we about to finish this class? I think so. It's about time. It's almost happy hour. All right, for 4, 3, 2, lower your heel, flex the foot of the lifted leg, and then just drive up from the hamstring gluteal. Right here. Lift and lift. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Oh, hug your knees in. Just rock it out side to side. Wow. All right. So now get your knees together. Bring your legs back to that 90 degree. Open the arms up to the side. Inhale here. Exhale the legs over to one side. Find a nice rotation through the spine. Right? Okay, now keeping the legs together, use your core to lift you back to the center and then over to the opposite side. Good. As best you can, keep the legs together, lift up, inhale, exhale over. Nice. Inhale to the center, exhale and over. And then inhale to the center and bring your feet down. Roll to one side, come on up to a seated position. And now you're going to take one leg, cross it over the opposite thigh, wrap your arm around and lift up and lengthen. We worked into the gluteal, let's stretch it out a little bit. Rotate towards the back. And then come to the center. Slide that leg and cross the ankle so your ankles are crossed. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come into that forward bend. And then slowly roll yourself up. Uncross the leg. Opposite leg comes across. Wrap it around with your arm. Hand goes behind. Lift up and rotate. Look behind you. Good, and then coming back to the center. Cross the ankle, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward bend. And roll up through your spine. Now take the arms out and in your mind now figure out how am I going to stand up from where I am right now without using my arms. So starting to wrap the legs around. When you're ready, stand up, take a deep breath. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, open. Let's do it again. Inhale, raise. Exhale, open. And I'd like to thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with me for some Fusion Pilates. Thank you to all of my guests today. I will be on again on Monday. Tomorrow is Sunday. I had to think about that for a second. A day of rest tomorrow. Take a day of rest. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the outdoors. And on Monday, we are back again for Fusion HIIT, which I have to say has become one of my most favorite classes. So on Monday, we are going to go 9 a.m. for Fusion HIIT. So morning workout, Fusion HIIT. See you then. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming.